Good morning, Westies, and welcome to another session of Politics in the Car. And tonight, I want to talk about the unemployment rate because I really think it's something we're not focusing enough on. I saw a few things on the news this morning or last night, but I still don't think we're focusing on it enough. Yes, we are in the middle of a pandemic, but there are things we can do to ensure people don't lose their job and provide support. And businesses, which I feel still aren't enacting measures to keep workers working and safe, which it is quite challenging, it is quite expensive to do. We need to problem solve and come up with a solution to address this. But first of all, let's talk about the unemployment rate. So what is it currently? Well, at current in Victoria, according to the ABS, it's at 6.9%. Now, that doesn't sound too bad. Typically we're around about 5%, and that's always a good level to be at. I'd prefer it being zero, but in the current system that we have, you need an unemployment rate to feed into industry and new emerging industries, but that's another topic. But what I want to focus on is that 6.9%. So if you break it down and have a look at it, it's actually a lot worse. So if you break it down to hours worked, we're at a 27.5% reduction in hours worked. So what that means is that the casualised workforce is not working. So they haven't been sacked, they haven't been fired, they haven't lost their jobs, but they're not working. The biggest sector or the biggest industry in this is hospitality and accommodation services, and then the arts. And if we look at the West, the hospitality and industry and that kind of stuff feeds into our economy quite a lot, like the restaurants, the cafes, mum and dad businesses. So they're not working at the moment. As well as a few manufacturing, they've started to come online, but again, it's reduced hours because people aren't purchasing. So if people aren't purchasing, there's no jobs, and people are maybe okay at the moment because they've got JobKeeper. But again, I really want to focus that JobKeeper, what we've been told, is ending in September. And without a plan for these people, they're going, to go bust. They'll be able to pay mortgages, they'll be able to feed their kids, and it's not good. And when you further break down the data, the biggest disadvantaged cohort are women. Women are the greatest affected at the moment with, loss of hours. And it's quite sad. We always talk about participation of women in the workforce, and yet here we are, women are the biggest losers. Next in line are kids, 25 and under bracket, 14 to 25 are also the biggest impact. Now, I really want to focus on some solutions, and I really feel that local governments, again, they're not coming to the table. We've got state and federal governments providing JobKeeper, business support, but councils, they've just these big money-making machines, and they're not providing any support or relief. Monash Council, City of Monash, is the first council to do a rate freeze and reduction. Melton tried. The Labor candidates, Labor councils there tried, but it was rejected. Brimbank, the third or second most disadvantaged community in Victoria, nothing. But they're building a $55 million swimming pool. A $55 million swimming pool in the middle of a pandemic that no one's going to be able to use, instead of redirecting and replanning into supporting locals. They've cut workers. Now hang on, they're going to say, oh no, we haven't sacked anyone, like Maribyrnong did. They said we didn't sack anyone, but they did in the end. They've just stopped their casual workforce working. That's what people are doing. They're not sacking people. They're not giving them hours, so these people are ineligible for JobKeeper or JobSeeker. And it's just not good enough. Rate relief. Now, we all know that the housing market has crashed right now. There's been reports of a 20% drop in house prices, but rates haven't gone down. Councils are refusing to reduce rates. And you might be thinking, well, why should we do it to everyone? Why should we give everybody a rate freeze and a rate reduction? If people have hardship, they can come to us. There's a lot of councils on Facebook are saying that. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because people don't put their hands up when they're in need. I've run a lot of programs. I've established a lot of projects across Victoria, across Australia. I've been to flood impacted areas, bushfire impacted areas. You know what people in hardship, you know what they always say? Oh no, I don't need that. Someone else has it worse than me. You know, Aussies are just too good. They just take it, and you need to stand up. We need to stand up. We need to push back. Having a mechanism where the person needs to engage the government agency to get support is not going to work. So people are going to be scared, because when does the government ever help anyone? Come on, seriously. You know, I've been involved in politics for 10 years, and I help. Right? I'm out there trying to help, but I know how it is. We all feel like we're getting done over. So people, you know, they don't want to engage. Then you've got cold backgrounds who don't understand, so they'll just keep going, right? And then the benefit of unrolling a package to everybody means that the people that do have more money spend more money locally, boosting the local economy, creating more jobs. Anyway, everyone, have a good Wednesday. I like to keep my videos nice and short and sharp so I don't take up too much of your time. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Should councils be doing more? And do we deserve a rate cut? Have a good day.